Hey, we're back. It is, actually it's Wednesday. I usually start these videos on Monday, but I was basically doing a bunch of welding stuff until today. I think a video ago, was it this last one? Maybe the video before. We were dynoing Jose's car, and we were trying to get his eBay turbo to go up to 30 pounds and hold it all the way out just to see, because it's a new, like the newer billet style T3, T4. And we got up to 30, but it wouldn't hold it because he had some boost leaks. So this morning we spent a little bit of time, we welded up some of his boost piping, and now I think we're ready. I think we're finally ready to hold all 30 pounds of boost into this motor. So, I mean, why not start the video with either making a ton of boost or making Jose's dreams, you know, go down in flames. Just kidding, it's gonna be just fine. 30 pounds, let's see if we can do it. What you guys doing here?
That is a
it's a custom,
like a holder for your phone.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is magnetic.
A holder for your phone, and the gauge is metal, so it just sticks the oil pressure gauge
And
there.
we've done pulls and it does not come off.
Oh,
It's solid. It's solid, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, that's the funniest thing ever. It's kind of a cool old like Gretty gauge too. It's like a classic one. Okay, we tightened all the couplers. We did the very best that we could. It still hits like 29 pounds and falls to about 24, 23. I don't know if it's just because maybe the turbo can't flow enough air to make it all the way to 9,000 RPM, and so it just can't hold the pressure ratio, or if we still have some small leaks, I'm not really sure. The other kind of weird thing about this motor is that it's like lower than H1 compression, so it just takes so much boost to make power that it's possible that it just needs more CFM on the turbo. I don't know, it's hard to say. I really don't know the answer to that. I haven't tested this turbo enough to know. So either way, man, it comes on hard in the middle and makes some great power, and he should be able to go have fun with it. And with that kind of low compression and the tune that's in it, this car is probably gonna last forever at like the 300 horsepower mark, so. Yeah.
That's the goal.
Okay, up next we're gonna do some intercooler piping on. Do you guys remember that Accord that we dyno tuned last week? That was all motor. It made 190 horsepower. With a stock H22. We are putting a turbo on it. It's actually already done, and we're gonna be putting that on the dyno in just a minute.
Go up a little bit.
Okay, so we've been working on his intercooler piping. We got it welded up so it fits to the car. We had to run a hole through this one side to get it in, but it's all done. And we had to do a couple of pie cuts to get it up in here, and it's old piping, don't judge me, but we welded it together really quick, and it's got bead rolls everywhere, so it shouldn't pop off. So we are officially boosted right now. We just switched up to some 1000cc injectors. And basically I got to rewrite the calibration from the other day, because obviously it was on the all motor tune. So I got to switch the injector calibration, and then we can start tuning and see what this thing makes. Okay, so we made some dyno pulls, but the wastegate is a little too high for the factory map sensor. So at the end of the map sensor, we're like around 10 pounds of boost. We made 240 horsepower, but if you'll notice, it was still pretty rich, and that's only like 6,200 RPM. This thing's gonna make a ton more power. We just need to put a bigger map sensor on it and then finish the tune. So pretty productive day. We would have probably got a lot farther on it if we didn't run into a couple little issues. We had to stop and re-weld his oil bung and his oil pan because it was just leaking a little bit, but we got that sorted out. And everything else held really good. The boost piping didn't pop up or anything, so I feel like it's kind of a win. And considering he bought this car with Honda, with this H22 that already made this kind of power, now he boosted it on the cheap, 250 horsepower, put a map sensor in it and probably make like 350. This is a solid, fun sleeper car. I bet nobody's gonna see this car coming.
So since last time we were here, built an intake for it. So it comes out right here, factory airbox was here. This goes forward to the firewall and there's a little cone filter up in front there. Added a catch can, which isn't going to do anything for power. And then modified an alternator pulley over here to fit on the supercharger to get about 1.5, 2 PSI more boost. So 59 horsepower last time. Let's see what we can do now.
Let's check that thing out and see how it did. Got the fan going.
Fan's off now, I think. Yeah, because it only goes for like 15 seconds after you make boost.
So which way does it enter and which way does it exit?
In here.
In here. Oh yeah, the air comes up through here, and then this is pulling in the air that direction?
Yep.
Get you some water sprayers.
I get the methanol for it, just haven't put it on.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe use that when you go turbo. That's cool, so you kind of plated it a little bit more with this plate right here to kind of make the air more directional.
Yeah, because it just was just as easy to go around it as through it before.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm sure it's helping somewhat at least. 62 horsepower. I'll show you guys the numbers really quick. He was able to get the tune pretty close this time. And 62.7 horsepower, which is pretty good. What was our very first one?
44.
44 to 62 with just like some cooling mods and an intake pipe, basically?
Yeah, intercooler, intake, and 2 PSI boost.
That is pretty darn good. Only better things coming in the future if you end up turboing it, I'm sure. So. Okay, day 2. We're about to gap some spark plugs and send this thing to the moon. See what this turbo will make. Full E85 tune. Last time at 300 and change, we still had enough fuel to make it quite a bit farther. So I'm hoping to see over 400 a day at least, and we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, on the last pull we made 370 something horsepower, and we're at 86-87% duty cycle on the fuel, and the air fuel is basically perfect. He's on 1000 cc injectors, and if you do the calculation, at the wheels you need just over 1000 cc injector to make 400 at the wheels. Everybody thinks my dyno reads on the low side, but I think it reads pretty accurate because based on regular fuel consumption, it's almost exactly right. He's at 88% at 473, so at 400 he's going to be right where the math calculation comes out for volume of fuel. So let me show you guys the graph really quick right now. 372.9 and about 313 torque at the peak. So we're doing super good. We're gonna go up like about 5% in duty and see if we can make it to that elusive 400 horsepower point. Like I was saying a second ago, his car made 389 horsepower and 320 foot-pounds of torque. We got to 95% duty on the duty cycle on the injectors, and that's kind of where it gets a little sketchy. So super safe, good to go, almost 400 horsepower, really close to our target, and he should have a lot of fun with that. That's like a ton of torque. He's probably not even going to be able to stick it on the road until he gets some stickier tires. But that is always fun. Ethanol car, almost 400 horsepower, street car, drives it to work. That is going to be ridiculously fun. All right, let's go on to the next project. Actually, it's getting late. I think I might just end this video here and see you guys in a couple days.